O Show. This is the Big 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 O Show. This.
You know, I tell you guys all the time about Cutter's Edge Pro, man, and what they did with our backyard and made it a pure oasis. That's our Sylvester tree right there. A beautiful day, providing a ton of sunshine. We've got one exactly like this out in the front yard, and it is absolutely gorgeous. There's Bono hanging around on the artificial turf. What's up, Bono? What's the word, baby? There you go, wagging that little tail. Maiden, there she is. Ziggy. How you doing, Ziggy? There you go. So we got the doggies hanging out. So just want to give you a little, we got some of the trees starting off from this way with the artificial turf. You see, there's Ziggy again, of course. Got it all the way. And look, we got some flowers coming out. That tree now will start to also spring, and it's absolutely beautiful too. So got all that, they can do all kinds of things for you in your backyard to kind of make it an oasis, which is what we've done. And obviously the dogs can play. What's up, Bono? I got him there hanging out. Maiden, there she is. There she is, the one and only. She is mean as a skunk, by the way. Just want you to know. She's awesome with us, but I mean, if you're a stranger, you don't want to meet Maiden. So as you can see, and then the artificial turf, remember, there's no watering. There's no cutting the grass. It looks fabulous like this the entire time. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful. Back here in this corner is where we put the barbecue. I wheel it out, cook, then I wheel it back in. See, looks beautiful, doesn't it? Flowers are coming out. It's awesome. And then when I want to play a little golf, there's my putting green down the side, which is a beautiful thing. There's one of the holes all the way to the other side where Bono is at. All lights up. It's really beautiful when it lights up. See, we got the rough. Got several. Got one on that side. Got one over there in the corner where Bono's leaving. Got rough all over the place, man. Just in case, you get the ball trapped in there. That's it. That's another swing. Right, Maiden? So, check it out, cuttersedgepro.com. Make your home an oasis. Make your business, your HOA complex, condominium, you name it, they got you, bro. They do it all. All right? They can cut your trees down, and the artificial turf, I swear by it. Really easy to maintain, and it looks just absolutely freaking beautiful. Cutter's Edge Pro. Right, Ziggy?
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Welcome to Caneswear. New store, new items, same great experience. Family owned and operated since 2010, Caneswear has the latest merchandise from the Miami Hurricanes, Miami Dolphins, Florida Panthers, Inter Miami CF, and more. Come visit us at our store in Davie on University Drive, just south of 595, or online at caneswear.com. Caneswear, the spot Miami fans shop.
Oh, I think I know what this is. Houston, we have a package. Hello?
No matter where you are, the Sloman Shield home security system guards your home. With next-gen perimeter protection, 24/7 monitoring, and interior motion sensing. And right now, get a free Sloman Shield security system and doorbell camera, all professionally installed, for free.
Shield your world, the Sloman Shield.
Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. The viewpoint, statements, or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayum is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayum, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayum can help. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
It would actually help if, I kind of turn on the mic, that kind of stuff usually helps anyways. Just want to make sure, first of all, mic is open. I think we're connected. I think everything is going. I want to make sure the audio is perfect before we continue. So please tell me that everything is kosher with the audio before we start. Manny Navarro is in the locker rooms. We'll take your questions, your comments, all kinds of good stuff. Smash the hell out of the like button. What are we doing here? Can't believe we lost. I get that. I need to know. I got the thumbs up. That means we're good with the audio. Good with audio. Okay. All good. Okay. I got to kind of hear it. I want to not read it. Like, yes, it sounds good. We're all kosher. Okay. So, Groundhog Day is just instead of the U, should we just have Bill Murray as the logo for the Canes? Because it's Groundhog Day that you have a guy at the sidelines that has no idea what he's doing. It doesn't matter if he wears an orange tie. It doesn't matter if he has no personal skills, like in getting along with people like Randy Shannon. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how the dude looks like. They all look the same. It's Manny Diaz. It's Mario Cristobal. It's Groundhog Day. The Dolphins, some people were like the early success and things are turning around and people are, I've been fooled before. And I think we're kind of like going like, no, this is different. This is not. This is the same stuff that we get all the time. The stupid penalties at the end, the misusage of timeouts, your clock management, your players are losing their cool. And the Jacoby George one, it looks like he had a little bit of the jersey, but I don't know if it's enough. You can't really tell, but either way, you can't act like a horse's ass. They're trying to talk you down, and you're still continuing, and that lack of discipline continues to fester. It's Groundhog Day. And basically, I'm going to Groundhog Day. I'm going to continue with the same theme I told you before. Okay. These coaches do not make a difference. When they win, you just let the players play and that's it. But it's not because you're out scheming them like Jeff Brom was out scheming you. Okay. Because Jeff Brom was out scheming you. That's what he was doing. Players were Mark Fletcher was just being Mark Fletcher, period. That's it. Tyler Van Dyke actually played his best game and passed. I'll give you an example. Remember I told you that Mario Cristobal is Dave Wanstead, and it doesn't matter who the offensive coordinator under him is going to be. You're going to inherit what the coach is. You're up by 7. You have the ball with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in the half. You go with a play that, first of all, gains 8 yards, and your player had a chance to go upfield. Was not lacked awareness to I'm going to be nice, lacked awareness, probably could have gotten more yards. So that's on you, coaching, because your players are constantly not smart, because we just talked about what happened at the end of the game. Your players are not smart overall, but your player had, if you go look at that play again, if we're going to be honest with ourselves, that player could have gained maybe more yards if he had more awareness of where the hell he was on the damn field. But then again, your next two calls are super conservative. Brother, you have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. Tyler Van Dyke has played the best football he has played in over a month. Unleash the Kraken. But the conservative side of Cristobal, what happened? Conservative calls, you punt, Louisville gets the ball, and what happens, boys and girls, what happens? They march right down the field, because Jeff Brom does have balls. Jeff Brom is aggressive, and that's what I like about, Mike McDaniels is this tall. Mike McDaniel, this tall, and he's got more balls than all those guys that are like 8 feet taller than he is, because he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of allowing his players to be athletes, to go play. And they're constantly showing you that they can do things. The Brashard Smith kid can do something. The hell are you doing? Let's go, man. The beginning of the game, we got the sideline girl, okay? All right? She must be hanging out with the other one. Well, they saw something different in Tyler Van Dyke this week, and they're behind their quarterback on the first third down of the game. You're so behind your quarterback, you go to the Wildcat. Coño. Jesus Christ, dude. My God, Mario. I like you, my brother. I want to defend you. I want to support you. But I can't defend the coaching. I can't defend it. There's no cojones behind it. And I keep telling you, it's a Dave Wanstead disease. It's a Mike Munchak disease. I've seen this before. I've seen this guy that is, conservative to the core, my brother, all the way to the core. And you refuse to be flexible. Excuse me. And in a moment that you're going to need to have, some cojones, you don't do it. So there's just, I don't know what to tell you. How many more times do we have to talk about this? Oh, and here. Over the years, the Canes, they were the program that had to go find the Jimmy Johnson, the Howard Schnellenberger, the Dennis Erickson, not necessarily the household name, but the guy that's under the radar. And but then things happen. Last 20 years, college football changed, and there's a lot of money involved. And so then the Canes chose not to be in the money. So then they had to go the other way again. They had to keep doing it like they used to back in the day, but they hit gold in those days, right? But after that, they stopped mining gold. It became Larry Coker. It became Randy Shannon. It became Al Golden. It became Diaz. It became guys that you didn't have to spend a lot of money to go get, because you could not compete with the big schools, right? So then what was the narrative for all those guys? You remember what the narrative was? I'm here to refresh you. Okay? As a guy that's been around since watching Saban coach, Lou Saban, and all the other guys before Schnellenberger. As the guy who was in the Orange Bowl watching Joe Montana play against the Canes with like 8,000 people there. Anyway, what was the narrative? Oh, shit. Dude, Randy Shannon is young. He's got to learn. Hey, no, Al Golden, bro. He came from Temple, but he stepped up to a bigger. We got to have patience with the guy. Manny Diaz, took over now. He's just a coordinator. We got to learn to have patience. We got to grow with him, which to a certain extent is understandable, right? Because they are young, they've gotten it done. So then, no. That's not how you do it anymore. You know how you do it? You go find a guy that's build programs. You go find a guy that knows how to get it done. Isn't that what they just did? Didn't they hire a guy that supposedly got it done at Oregon, even though he lost to Utah twice the same year at the end of the year there? Tell me. I'm not sure. So what is it? Do we have to wait for Mario to grow too? I thought we got a finished product. So this is the finished product. A conservative guy that is not going to change with the times. Is that what we got now? So please don't tell me I have to wait. I don't have time to wait, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I've told you what's going to happen now. This is now the people above going, okay, well, this guy can recruit, so let's give him a couple more years to recruit, load it up, and then we'll fire him halfway through the contract, and we'll pay his ass, on the side, and then we'll just go get another guy that can finish the job. That's what's going to happen. But we're going to have to deal with this for at least 3 more years because they're not going to eat a contract. They're not going to eat 8 years of a contract. So it's just one of those things. Let's get the latest from the locker room with Manny Navarro. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Now let me find his open.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Canes Wear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
How you doing, man?
Can you hear us?
I can hear you a little better now. Yeah.
Okay.
Can,
all right.
Can you hear me all right?
Okay. Yeah, no, I got you. It's just there's some noise in the background there. I don't know how it's affecting the people on the on live there. Okay, so you and I have talked about this for years now, right? And they used to get the guy that was inexperienced, and we would say, well, we got to give Al Golden time. We got to give Manny years. We got to give Randy Shannon time to grow, and this, that. And then you and I have been talking for years, and then the theory was we got to go get the guy that is a finished product, that has built the program.
Right.
Okay, well, they got the guy that finished the program, but has built the program, but oh my God, he looks like one of those cooks at the beginning of Hell's Kitchen at the start of a season.
Yep.
Where Ramsey is just going absolutely nuts because he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, or he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, and they're getting all crazy. And that's the sad part that we're looking at with Manny, that the game day coaching, there really isn't any improvement there. While everything else is improving, the game day coaching continues to be groundhog.
Yeah, he coaches scared. There's no question about that. I mean, I think, I look at this game. I was talking in the press box with some of the other reporters in there, Gary Furman, who's covered Miami for a long time as well. He and I were talking. And when Miami got the ball back up 21-14 at the end of the first half, I turned to Gary and I said, this is where Mario's butt is going to clench up into a fist. He's going to turn into a little, and they're going to say, well, we're going to play it safe. We're going to run the ball, and we're going to kick it back to the other team and hope that they don't score before the half. And what happened? They played conservative because they didn't want to turn the ball over on their own end. And they punted the ball, and Louisville took advantage of every second and scored right before the half and made it a completely different ball game. And so, to me, this is about Mario not coaching aggressive because he doesn't trust his quarterback. And the bottom line is he didn't trust Tyler Van Dyke in this game. Yes, Tyler Van Dyke took a couple shots down the field, but he didn't. He didn't trust him.
Well, hold on a second. But can we play with our gut a little bit? I got quite a large one here, but my gut shows me that at that moment I'm getting the best play out of Tyler Van Dyke I've gotten in over a month right now.
Right.
Let me look at him right now. He did the same shit to Williams a month ago when the kid slung it for a couple of times and then you put him right back in the shell again. And I'm like, come on, let your athletes grow, my brother. I'm watching Jeff Brahms play checkers, and chess, and you're playing checkers, dude. I mean, now Jeff Brahms can coach, bro. Now that's a guy. I watched that. Now that's coaching right there.
100% agree. 100% agree. But again, this is who Mario is. We talked about this when he got hired. He's going to get in the way of the offensive coordinator. There's going to be games where he's going to say, play conservative, run the football. You had the momentum in the first half. You let the score get away from you. And then, Jeff Braun was just much better, I think, play caller than Lance Guidry's faced this year because he really exposed Miami's defense with the motion, moving guys in motion, spreading guys around on the field, and he beat what had been a pretty good Miami defense, and that's why Miami lost the game today.
What was the attitude of Mario after the game? How did he take it?
Well, I was actually in the Louisville locker room. I didn't even end up going to Miami just because I have to write about Louisville for The Athletic, them winning getting a spot in the ACC championship game. But I ran into one of the other reporters. I said, what did he say? And he's like, what do you think he said? The same stuff Mario always says, So it is what it is, man. I mean, obviously there's disappointment. They wanted to win this game. But listen, I said 7-5 before the season for a reason. You and I talked about it. This isn't a program that, in my mind, was ready to win. And really what they did this year was blow games they should have won. Today, I think they got beat by a better team and a better coaching staff. But, coaching isn't going to get Miami there. It's going to be talent. And Mario has to continue to load up on talent because it's obvious he's not going to outcoach many other teams.
Did you guys challenge him on his conservative play calling, what we talked about the first half, what we've talked about in the past? I mean, that maybe that part of his DNA is also not allowing him to grow as a coach?
I hope to God that somebody did in that press conference. I think ultimately here he's going to turn and say, well, we didn't turn the ball over. We had a chance to win. We scored 31 points, yada, yada, yada. But the bottom line is they didn't get the win, and his approach to offense, being conservative, isn't working out. And I don't know what else to say. He is what he is. This is the guy that Miami hired. Like, I don't know that anything is ever going to change. Maybe the administration puts pressure on him, but he's not going anywhere. He's got 8 years left on that contract. So, I don't know what kind of pressure they're going to really apply to make anything change around him.
Well, dude, listen, I've already talked about my theory on what I think happened. The administration above looks at it and says, all right, look, the guy is foundationally good everywhere else. He'll build it up. He'll build the recruiting. We'll get him halfway through the contract. When we get halfway through the contract, then we can dump him. We can pay the rest of his contract out over a stretch of time, and we can go find the guy that can finish the job. But unfortunately, Canes fans, you're going to probably have to tolerate for 3 more years at least these kind of decisions, game day, game in and game out.
You're 100% right, man. I mean, I think this is just what comes with Mario. I think it's what Miami fans have to accept. Hopefully, at some point, he runs into the right offensive coordinator. Because he found the right defensive coordinator. To me, it's the right scheme. But he's going to have to hire a guy on offense that is much more creative than I think Shannon Dawson is. Today, I saw the same offense. I don't know about you. I know some people are like, oh, they opened up the playbook. I'm like, they ran one reverse to Brashard Smith, which everybody had been calling for. They threw one pass to the running back out of the backfield. It's the same offense with 2 new plays that we saw today. That's it. And Louisville didn't play zone. They played man. So that allowed Tyler Van Dyke to thrive.
By the way, I was laughing my ass off because at the beginning of the game, the sideline reporter comes down and says, well, Tyler Van Dyke took the benching in the heart, but he's a different man now. They've seen him. They believe in him. They believe in their quarterback. And on the first third down of the game, you go to the Wildcat. Way to build confidence.
Exactly. And again, like outside of the one deep shot to Jacoby George and the one that was sort of a broken play to Xavier Restrepo, how many of those Tyler Van Dyke passes were quick, get rid of the ball quickly to the receiver on a screen, nothing down the field, nothing where he's reading plays? Like, they didn't trust him. They basically put in the best game plan they could come up with so he wouldn't turn the ball over. That's all it was.
What do you got to say about the lack of discipline and the guys that were actually losing control? Even George, I know there was like a little bit of a tug. It didn't look like it was the worst thing in the world, but still, even if it's a bad call, dude, you can't. The coach is trying to reason with him, and he doesn't respond. So, what did Mario have to say about the guys not actually keeping their cool, dude?
Well, I got to imagine he's disappointed. I mean, I think it was Brashard Smith on the punt return, right, that had the dumb penalty there at the end. They would have had the ball at the 40. Instead, they got to wait 15 seconds just to get the ball up by midfield. I mean, listen, again, these are Miami players frustrated that they're not winning ball games. Both of those flags were guys that are just pissed off because they're not winning. And so, look, a lot of the same problems that Mario had last year, in terms of guys quitting and stuff like that stuff was gone, right? That stuff is gone. But these dumb penalties, frustration, that's hard to get rid of when you're 6-5. It's still going to come out of your players. They're still going to show it. So while he may have more buy-in, there's still parts of this roster that haven't been able to get over the fact that this has been a 500 program for a long time now. And when you get into these moments and you have opportunities to win and you don't do it, you're going to see dumb penalties like that happen. And again, Mario has to change the culture by winning too. You don't just change the culture by building a leadership council. You change culture by winning. When you lose 3 in a row like this program has, you're going to get penalties like that because guys are going to get pissed off and lose control.
Recruiting, is it going to get affected?
Well, I mean, I think most of the guys that Miami is after are coming for the money, right, and the opportunity. So it's a little different nowadays. You can pay somebody enough money, right, and sweeten the pot a little bit. I think there's a chance there's always going to be defections at the end of a recruiting class, whether you win or lose. University of Florida lost 3 guys last weekend. Some of those kids were guys that maybe took a bag early in the recruiting process, and now at the end they're changing their mind. I would suspect the same thing will happen with Miami. There will be guys that defect, and there will be guys that Miami adds. The bottom line is Mario needs a quarterback, and I don't know that question has been answered yet. Tyler Van Dyke played well today, but he's not the quarterback of the future. And I don't know that guy is even on this roster. Jakari Brown didn't play. He was here. He warmed up. Didn't see him at all. I don't know why. Think about Jakari Brown and his ability to run. Imagine if you actually had him in that goal line stand from 3 yards out. You could have run the option with him and Mark Fletcher and probably scored. Why didn't he play? Why hasn't this coaching staff gotten anybody ready for that moment? So, again, a lot of failures on the coaching. And I think, Miami 6-5, they are what they are.
Terrible. Bart, what do you got going on in the athletics so folks can check you out?
I will be writing about Louisville. Talk about a guy, Jeff Brom, year 1 comes in, takes over a team that was okay, not great last year, and he's, 10-1, won the ACC championship, brought in 25 transfers. That's a guy who's creative on offense, knows what he wants to do, and that was the difference between them and Miami today, was it not? They had a guy who was good on offense, because their quarterback wasn't necessarily better than Tyler Van Dyke, but their offensive coordinator sure was. So I'll be writing about Louisville. To the victor go the spoils, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we don't enjoy any of them. All right, follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. Manny, as always, my brother, we will catch up later on in the week following this fiasco leading up to DC.
All right, brother. Take care.
Thank you, sir.
If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
Tell you this, Mario Cristobal does not possess the cutter's edge. That's all. Actually, you know what? William Quigley, actually, you know, a lot of his employees, actually, he actually helps them and helps them in educational stuff sometimes to get better and programs that they've got inside the whole thing. Maybe William can start a new program to improve coaching at the University of Miami. Because culturally, he does that within his own business, you know, for his own employees, creating all kinds of programs to make their lives a lot better. KSDT does that a lot too. Alan Kinkle is a monster at doing that, doing all kinds of stuff for his employees to make their lives better. They give them options. There's a lot of things nowadays that like businesses, now that I'm involved on this end of this whole thing, it's interesting to watch the William Quigleys, the Alan Kinkles of the world. It's interesting to watch how they run businesses and you can see it, by the way, it's there on social media. You can follow them on Instagram, you can follow them on LinkedIn, and you see a lot of the things that they're doing for their employees, programs and all kinds of stuff, and you know, things that build up culture and stuff. KSDT just had a picnic last week with 350 people. It wasn't just employees, it was families, it was people that were tied, you know, to the firm. Just, you know, it's cool culturally to build that kind of stuff. And so you want to kind of build, you know, a culture of winning. And right now, you know, Mario can sell, but he can't deliver. Watch Caneswear, the title sponsor here. Brett started in a warehouse. Then he went to a store on the streets, you know, brick and mortar type, you know, as they say. And then he went to a bigger store, and then a bigger store. And the warehouse is bigger, and everything is bigger, and online's a monster. And, you know, I've watched all of this grow, you know? And it's part of winning. You can have success, right? But you still have to build the winning, and then people have to feel like they're part of it and they can grow with it. And so if you're at Cutter's Edge Pro, or if you're at KSDT, they just opened up an office in North Carolina. You know what I mean? You know, Cutter's Edge Pro is constantly adding new trucks and servicing more people and more maintenance and all kinds of stuff. And I see all of this firsthand. I can use this as an example. But the reason why they're able to grow, it's because they win. It's because they do things the right way for the customer, for the employee, culturally, all of that, and then they end up winning. So it's great that Mario is a family guy. It's great that he works harder than everybody else. It's fantastic that he's constantly on the phone and on the texts and communicating with parents and siblings and, you know, and the players and all that kind of stuff. It's fantastic. But, dude, you got to start winning. You got to start being the difference maker. I watch Eric Spoelstra be a difference maker all the time, dude. I'm watching Mike McDaniel in a year and a half, the same as Cristobal, but I'm watching him not just culturally do his thing, just like Mario does his thing culturally. It's two different ways of doing it. There's no right way. There's no right way to do things. You know, that's the problem in our society. We choose sides in everything that we do.
It's bad. It's all politicized. We choose sides instead of being more in the middle and understanding that there's no right way of doing things. It's just doing it right. It's doing it right is what you have to understand. You can be Dick Vermeil and cry your way to the title. You can be Tony Dungy and Tom Flores and be a cigar store mannequin. You can be John Madden. You can be John Gruden also. You can be guys that are maniacal on the sidelines. Don Shula with the jaw and all that. You can be Bill Cowher spitting all over the place. There's no right way or wrong way to do it. There's just a right way to do it. You know what I mean? But in the end, you have to show results. That's what all those people had that I tell you. They had results. You can blah, 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 and then you're Johnny Manziel. Blah, 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 and you're Jerry Glanville. It's that's kind of the way it goes. You're blah, 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 and you're Rex Ryan. Yeah, you had your moment in the sun because a bunch of talent fell in the right place, but, in the end, you were a flash in the pan. You really never were able to do anything again because you really were never that guy. So you can do a lot of that shit, and he does all the right things in so many areas, but you can only screw up on game day so much. The other guy, like there's 153 people on the chat board right now. Okay, I don't know how to do the poll question. I'm by myself running this whole thing, and I was doing that interview, and I had to lower mine, and then because you guys were telling me the audio, so I'm going through all this bullshit that you guys don't understand. But anyways, so I would easily ask you right now, and I would tell Sean, hey, make me a poll question. Would you take Jeff Brom or Mario Cristobal? I don't think anyone would end up picking Cristobal over Jeff Brom right this second. Unless we're getting all, jingoistic out of the whole thing, that it's just a Cuban American or a Cuban guy, just can't be objective, you know what I mean? How we root for our own, you know what I'm saying? Because we're all guilty of that at times. But nobody would pick. You saw Jeff Brom, and he just got there. He just got there. And he's doing something that the Canes rarely or never do. It's like, I don't know, man. And Jeff Brom does it with two different teams now. That's impressive. Yeah. Luis says, Jeff, any day. Of course. What are you going to do? That's a real coach. Nobody's impressed with Mario's coaching. And then it's the same thing all the damn time with Mario, bro. God. It just, I wish it was better. I wish it was, because everything else is fantastic. And the program is spending money, ladies and gentlemen. We can't, in the past, we used to say, well, they don't have everything. They don't have the facilities. The other teams have the facilities. The U has no facilities. They just recruit the U. They recruit winning. We don't have facilities. They spin tires on the field. We don't have facilities here. Now we go fishing on boats. We had those excuses. Remember that? Well, no, they can't spend what others spend and all that. Well, now they're spending what everybody else spends. Now they have the money to build the facilities that they need. So we can't say that the program is not doing their part. The only guy that's not doing his part is Mario Cristobal. That's the interesting part about all of this, and the part that sucks. The guy that a lot of us root for, because I still root for Mario. I want him to win. I want him to prove me right that he was the guy. Right now, I am being proven as wrong as it could get, dude. Right now, I am like getting
the wool pulled up from under me, or whatever they say, the rug pulled from under me, the wool over my eyes, right? That's how it is, or whatever the hell, right now I'm getting so suckered by all of this because everything was given to this man. Everything that wasn't given to Manny Diaz and Larry Coker and Al Golden and Randy Shannon. And I'm not here to defend their game day coaching either. Okay. Although I think Larry Coker, if you gave him the talent, he kind of reminds me of Dennis Erickson in a way that he could coach the great talent, but he wouldn't be able to maintain the program. And that's what happened with Coker, that the program went to shit as he took over. It kind of like Dennis Erickson. Dennis Erickson won the 2 titles in the first 3 years, which were the Jimmy's players. Once his players took over, the program went to crap, and he got embarrassed over and over again in bowl games because he wasn't a custodian. He was a good X's and O's guy, but he could not maintain a level of championship status. You know what I mean? But he could coach. He had it. Yeah, he could coach. Say what you want about Dennis Erickson. He knew offense. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want about Larry Coker. He knew it. You know what I'm saying? Now, the beauty, see, when you're going to be a head coach, you got to be able to coach, of course. You got to be able to recruit, but you also have to be a custodian of a program. You have to maintain it at a certain level, and that's the difficult part about that. That's what Sweeney's done for many years. That's what these guys, Saban, obviously, all these kind of guys. It's sweet to win, but then those guys that can come back every year, now what Kirby's doing, that shit's impressive. Nobody else did it before him. And so now he's coming back every year, and he's coming back every year. That's impressive. And so that's the thing. You can sell a lot. And you can be rah-rah guy, and you can be, tough guy, and I still work out in the mornings, and I lift 400 pounds, and I drink, 8 pounds of Bustelo every single day and all that. But you got to win, dude. You got to win. You got to win. And you know what? With Mario Cristobal, I can say it in his idioma, mucho bla bla. Too much, we got to do things the right way and whatever, all these cliches that he has. And yeah, that none of that means anything, dude. It means nothing whatsoever. And we can't be in this conversation. We can't be in this abyss for the next couple of years, because this gets old, and this gets old fast, because it's going to get to a point that's going to say, oh, we got this recruit. Yeah, it don't mean shit, dude. The guy can't coach. So it doesn't matter who you have. You're not going to outcoach your opponent. It doesn't matter. If you can't beat people that aren't even at your level, i.e. Middle Tennessee, Georgia Tech, okay, and many others that you could have won those games, and if you can't beat them when they are lesser than you, just because I give you more talent, that means you're going to win? Yeah, you'll win on those days that your players perform, but you're not going to win. They're not going to win because you designed a game plan that stifled the other opponent. And that's what I don't see from Mario. And then on top of all of that, when your players are playing well, like the Williams kid a month ago, when he got on a little groove and he put him right back in the shell. And today, Tyler Van Dyke started the game. Tell me that Tyler Van Dyke was not playing the best football he has played in the last month plus. Why not? Dude, what is your season, Mario Cristobal? What the hell are you doing? Let it fly, dude. There's 3:30 left in the first half. You're up by 7. Go for the jugular, dude. You played like a complete wuss. You played scared football, conservative bullshit. No cojones, dude.
So don't give me this big image and blah, blah, blah. And all right, great. I know you can kick my ass. Fantastic. Now kick Louisville's. Great, dude. You can outlift me. Now outlift Louisville. Fantastic, my brother. You drink more Cuban coffee than I do. Now beat Louisville. Beat Middle Tennessee. Beat Georgia Tech, for Christ's sake. None of this window dressing means anything, dude. If you don't let your players grow and win, and in moments when they're growing, there you are neutering them. And that is unacceptable as a coach. That is where I give Mike McDaniel a shit ton of credit. Because somebody's going to make a mistake, because you and me are loaded with mistakes. Because we are human. But we need understanding. We need coaching. We need to be able to be given a foundation in order to grow. But you're going to have to take some chances too. That's kind of what life is all about. If you stay in a shell the entire time in life, it's really hard to grow. It's really hard to find out about who you really are, or what you can be, or what you can achieve. And at that moment, you're up by 7 with 3:30 left. You have a chance. You're home. You want to build some momentum. Tyler's played well. Open it up, dude. Open it up. Teach your players to be smarter on first down. That young man went out of bounds when he probably could have gotten a first down on his own. Teach your players to have better awareness. Teach your players to be disciplined so they don't pick up stupid penalties. Do the what's that called? The winning formation, or whatever the hell it is at the end of a game. What's that called? Do it when it requires it, my brother. My God, keep it simple, stupid. And then other times, let's go, man. You're a 6-win team. What the hell do you got to lose with 3:30 in the first half, up by 7 against a team that's better than you and ranked? You got nothing to lose. Now you lost because you didn't put your cojones on the table, because you lack cojones. So, you know, I can't. Same thing always, all over and over again. Mario, dude, man, you wanted this job, right? Okay. Because this is not the stuff you're ever going to hear on QAM, okay, or any of these Homer type of things. Mario, you wanted this job, dude, right? You wanted it badly. You're failing badly, week in and week out, in the part that you're in charge of, coaching. You know, got to do something about it, man. Got to do something about it. All right, let me see what we got here on the chat board. Remember, you can make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. That's Cash Big O Show, Cash App or Venmo. Javier as Q is number 1. Ad Mark is in. Candy Canes. Are you going to make the case that the coaches lost us the game once again? Yes, sir, I am. I am going to. I think I have thoroughly overall that Mario Cristobal lacks what you need as a game day coach, my brother. I am not here. I don't play that. I get it, dude, when a Latin person, a Cuban backs up a Cuban, a Puerto Rican backing up a Puerto Rican, whatever it is, color, nationality, religion, sexuality, whatever it is, women standing up for women and all that. I get all of that, bro. I get all of that. I don't play that game here. I call it like I see it. And as much as I like Mario Cristobal,
Right now, I have to tell you, I am dead wrong about Mario Cristobal until proven otherwise. The guy I'm watching will never win anything significant here. Oh, by the way, you might want to rewind the tape when they hired him 2 years ago. You might want to go find it. It's all there. That's the beauty of all of this. It's all there. Everything I said is all there. You can go find it. When they hired him, do you know what was one of my lines when they hired him? What he did at Oregon wasn't good enough to be a Miami Hurricane coach. So if he duplicates what happened at Oregon, Miami fans will not be happy with that. Okay, so he never accomplished anything that you want to accomplish at Miami. Here they win titles. That's what they want to do. Here they want you to be challenging for titles. Last time I checked, the Ducks never quacked in that direction. He had Ohio State, but the last year he got beat by Utah twice in the same year. And that's like losing to whoever it is, Florida State, Clemson, whatever you want. That's going to be unacceptable here at the University of Miami. And I'm being nice putting Utah in the same sentence with Florida State and Clemson, by the way. Okay? I'm being nice, and they're good. They're a good program. Don't get me wrong. But when he got hired, I said Mario has to do better than what he did at Oregon in order to satisfy Miami fans. So as a coach, he's never even accomplished what you want him to accomplish at the University of Miami. It's not like you're hiring Kirby away from Georgia or Saban from Alabama. You're not hiring a proven coach that has won titles or anything like that, or a guy who was constantly taking on the SEC and beating them. Okay, so let's be honest now. So yes, my brother, I am going to lay it on Cristobal. I have to. I have no choice. If I'm going to be honest with myself and I'm going to tell you how it is, that's just the way I look at it. Louisville tight ends wore UM out. They had no answer. Brom wore their ass out. Brom learned from Schnellenberger. Brom was it? I believe when they drafted Matt Hasselbeck. Okay. And they drafted Jeff Brom and the guy that went to Seattle. What was his name? I want to say that those two guys were like 6th, 7th round picks, right? And then they ended up trading Matt Hasselbeck to Seattle. The Dolphins were in a battle with the Seahawks for Matt Hasselbeck. And he ended up getting to a Super Bowl, and he was a very good quarterback, actually. Not a Hall of Fame or anything like that, but Matt Hasselbeck was a good quarterback, okay? His brother was, a backup, but he was actually a good quarterback overall. And then Brom and the other guy, I want to say, I don't know why, but I want to remember that they took them all in that one draft or something like that. Maybe somebody can look it up. Again, I don't have a producer today. So some of you have to be my producer. I'm just going off memory. If my memory serves me correct, the same draft of Hasselbeck was also the same draft of Jeff Brom, and then the other guy that was stealing money. Some Dolphin fans wanted him, I remember, years ago. God, I forgot his name now. But anyway, so Matt Flynn and Jeff Brom, I want to say, were taken in late by Green Bay in the same draft that they took Matt Hasselbeck, was it? I think it was. I want to say something like that. Anyway, somebody look it up for me and correct me. Let's see. Brom did it in 1 year with lesser recruits. This we're building stuff nonsense. Imagine how bad it will be once FSU, Clemson, and North Carolina leave the ACC for the Big Ten and we stay in the ACC. Well, then we'll be back to the Big East all over again. How far is this program going to go with a conservative one-step playbook? Not very far. Like I told you, they are stuck with his contract. So it's up to Mario to improve
the results. If he doesn't, I think by years 5 or 6, he's out. And then the administration say, okay, we'll pay out the last 3, 4, or 5 years of his contract, and we'll pay it out over 10 years. There'll come some kind of agreement, and then they'll go get the guy, because at that moment it should have a lot of good recruits in it, because he is a good recruiter. He's a good person. So people will play for him. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, you're going to have to be a difference maker. I wish you were in the press conference after the game to ask Mario the real questions. Our guys ask softball questions or just take BS responses. Yeah. Oh, man. I am, brother, I'm completing my 33rd year. I did a lot of beat stuff, for 20-something years, about 20 years, I would say. And I've had enough of that, dealing with the Jimmy Johnsons and the Jim Lelands and the Pat Rileys, and dealing with all kinds of people over the years. So, I've been in that game. I've asked many, many tough questions. So it's, I don't have a problem doing it, but I don't have to do it anymore. And that's the thing. And I'm kind of blessed that I don't have to be a B person anymore. I'm kind of tired of that. So if he wants to come on, which they would never do that. That's not. This is not affiliated to the Canes. Is not. I'm not here to be a left tackle for you. So the mic's always open. But I know what the answer is going to be. And yeah, what are you going to do? But anybody that's followed my career knows that I had no problem asking any of that stuff in the past. Used to do it all the time. Massive transfers coming. I hope not. Vitas. But we can't be surprised if it happens. Oh, what's going on to get this program back to prominence? My passion is fading for UM. Yeah, it's frustrating, my brother. It's going to take game day coaching. That's the next thing. There's nothing else left, ladies and gentlemen. It's over. All the ingredients are in. They've given you everything you need. You can buy. You screwed up with the boat. Look how the program has changed. You failed in your first go around with your offensive and defensive coordinators, and they paid them to go away, and they allowed you to do it again. I don't know what more you want. Everything is in place. That you've got the NIL money, you've got the facilities. They're increasing the indoor practice facility from 80 yards to the 120 yards that they need. Fine, fantastic. You're getting everything you possibly need. Dude, it's your turn. It's your turn. It's your job. With 3:30 left in the second quarter, up by 7, that's where, let's go. It's like you would fail in that scene with Rounders. They would not pay the man his money because Mario Cristobal does not have the guts. So you're never going to tell Mario Cristobal, pay the man his money because he doesn't bring it. Who wants to play QB under Mario? And the worst thing for us fans is for Mario to have success running this. Running this encouraged him to run the ball more. Oh man, on Monday, it's not Joe Rose's fault, dude. And Joe does. By the way, Joe does actually. I've listened to it all the time. Joe asks him as far as he can go, dude. Joe does not hold back. He goes as far as he can possibly go. Now, do you want him to do what I did to Al Golden in the ACC media days? No. That's why UM doesn't want me around. So, yeah, that's not going to happen. That's why I laugh sometimes when some of you say, well, oh, man, I want you back on QAM. I'm like, no, I don't want to be back on QAM. This is why I don't want to be, because they really don't want you to have the truth. They don't really want you to challenge them.
in the end. And if they can control the environment, they will. And then they'll intimidate the reporters by giving them less coverage and less access if they happen to start challenging them and asking them tough questions and stuff that's really putting them in an uncomfortable position. So, that's where we're at now in the meteors. It's not an easy job. It's not an easy job, and I'm tired of it. So I don't need to deal with the BS. And this is why we tell you to smash the like button, visit our sponsors, all these kind of things. It's important because you're not going to get brutal honesty in most places because they can't. They can't be brutally honest. So you have very few outlets: news, entertainment, sports, politics. It doesn't matter what it is. It's all slanted one way or another, depending on the people above. And guess who's above here? Right here. It is right here. Here's where it ends. I don't need to answer to anybody anymore. And this is going to be our third year now completing this craziness. So I appreciate all of you out there for keeping, the truth alive, basically, because that's what you're doing with this platform. You're keeping the truth alive because you're not going to get it in most places, But I appreciate all of you. I love all of you as always. Whenever you're listening to any of our watching, please make a donation, Cash App or Venmo. We're going to have some merch. Tomorrow we'll be at Walk-Ons in Kendall. Pre-game coverage will start at 11 a.m. to get you ready for the Dolphins and hopefully Dolphins and Raiders. And we'll have all kinds of great giveaways too. We'll be giving away stuff at the end of the first quarter, halftime, third quarter, and then grand prize 2-minute warning. Picked up some great prizes from Caneswear. Picked up some great prizes from Perdomo, plus walk-ons. So we'll have all kinds of stuff. Big O shirts we're going to give away. Walk-ons in Kendall tomorrow to watch the Dolphins kick the Raiders' ass. So please join us out there. And remember, Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show. And you can always make a Bitcoin donation because you guys know I love me some Bitcoin donations as always. Nothing better than that. We will see you all tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Same time, same place, same batch.
If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.